Hello, MGTOW. Hello, man. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So this is a new video. It's 1/19/22. And I want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about, one, having a good life. And two, I need you to stick around until the end of the video before I can talk about it. You'll understand why. So let's talk about having a good life, because that's what it's all about. You having a good life. Don't let anybody fool you. That's it. The purpose of life is for you to have a good life. Anybody who tells you anything differently, they're messing with you. So this is a big subject. I can only talk about a little bit at a time. I can only make, short videos, and the tools I have are not very good at all. It's more important that I speak to you guys and, get something out there. So I'm only going to cover a certain aspect of it. Now, what I'm talking about here is you being true to yourself. And it's not as easy as it sounds. This is a fundamental tenet of all wisdom throughout the ages. Unto thine own self be true. Something happens, all right? And there's a lot of reasons. I want to explain it. I want you to understand why. Because if you can understand a problem, you can avoid the problem. So here's what's going on. We take in the advice, the information from the world around us. It's quite natural. It's exactly what we're designed to do. But what happens is the voices of other people become internalized. And it's propaganda, okay? These people have been indoctrinated. We're stuck in a game. I call it the power game. Everybody's vying for power. Power is control. If you have power, you have control over your own life. Things are moving in the direction you want them to, and you're feeling good about it. But that's not what the powers that be want, okay? They want indoctrination. They want conditioning. And so what happens is everybody becomes essentially a conformity enforcer. The way they get by through the system is by following the rules and then enforcing those rules on other people. They honestly think they're doing you a favor. It is the nature of the beast. It is a part of our age. Even though it's very, very personal, when it's directed at you, it's not personal. It's just the way people are. And here's why. We are conditioned. We are indoctrinated to go along with the system. I find this utterly fascinating, okay? We are not designed, we are not trained to have a good, rewarding, fulfilling life. That's not what the system wants. That's not what the people around you want. That's not what the institutions around you want. They want you to follow orders. They want you to do as you're told, to fill a spot on an assembly line. They want you to go to war. They want you to sacrifice your life if they want it. And any breach of that, any indication that you're not going along with that, boom, the conformity enforcers step right up and they start telling you, and they start telling on you. And then the system and the people around you, they start punishing you. And they think they're doing it for your own good. And interestingly, there is some good in it, right? If you'll go along with the system, you can reap the benefits of the system. And there's a lot to be had. Understand further, this is not a unique situation. This happens in every civilization, okay? As the systems, as the procedures become codified, they become more restrictive. There is less room for individuality. It is a sign of the age we are coming out of. We are coming out of an industrial mass production age. And they needed people to fill the assembly line, to go to war, to follow orders, to do as they're told, to not stand out. Now we're coming out of that age. We've, got production pretty well in hand. And now, in order for you to have a good life, you need to be true to yourself. You need to be an individual. You need to go your own way, find your own way, make your own way. Otherwise, what's the point? Whose life is it anyway? There's this constant indoctrination, constant conditioning, constant conformity enforcement. And these voices, friends, family, we're all competing for this power, for this control, for this higher up position in this hierarchy. These voices, they become internalized, and we repeat them to ourselves in our own voice. And we start to think that this is in fact our own thoughts, and it's not. From a neurolinguistic programming point of view, this is the second perceptual position. This is somebody else's views of the situation being relayed to you. Institutions, media, education, religion, the justice system, all of it, okay? It's their views being hoisted onto you. And then you, or we, internalizing these ideas and repeating them in our heads, in our own voices. It's not our voice. It's not our thoughts. And it's not designed to make you happy. It's designed to make you fit into an industrial system that's about 50 years gone. So people are walking around lost. Their life has no meaning. Their life has no purpose. They're just going through the motions. They're just getting up every day, going in, putting in their time, getting their paycheck, coming home, watching TV, doing as they're told. When anybody steps out of line, boom, they make fun of them. That's the system. And hey, it worked. It worked really well, but it doesn't work anymore. It would be like if I made a video about, don't you think the sky is blue? There's no reason to watch it. There's nothing there. There's no substance there, okay? It fits in perfectly. Understand, mass marketing, okay? I want you to stop listening to those other voices. Every time there's a voice in your head that says, you're a dumbass, oh, gee, you can't make it, oh, gee, there's no reason why you can't have a good life, shut that voice down, because it's not even your own voice. I want you to start listening to your own voice. This is the first perceptual position. This is the basic human idea, that you're looking out at the world, you're taking in your sensory data, you're evaluating it, you're formulating plans, and you're coming up with conclusions, and then you're testing it in the real world to see if it works. This is the true human way. This is your true self. Consider, the odds that you even exist, that any of us exist, are astronomical. Every difficulty, every obstacle you have overcome to this point, you are here now. You are the champion. So here you are. And you have the ability to take in the data, to evaluate the data, to formulate plans, and then to test it out. You are the champion. I want you to start listening to that voice again. I want you to find that voice again. Trust me, the world around you is going to try to shut you down. Anybody who stands out, any individual, they get hammered down. That's all there is to it. That's what the system is. That's the power game going on. That's people vying for a higher place in the hierarchy. Now, you understand the problem. You understand some of the things you're going to have to do to fix this stuff up, okay? Now, I want to talk to you about something else, and it's related, okay? Has the system betrayed you? And the answer is yes, it has. It's completely betrayed you. And this is congruent with what I'm talking about. The countries betray their native populations. The values that build a system invert. And if you are true to them, you're punished. And if you speak out for them, you're punished. This has happened throughout all civilizations. The local governments take their own citizens for granted. The ideals, the values, the virtues that built this system, this free system, a free market, are under attack. They're held in token only. Okay, they are subverted. They are gone around. I can tell you this about the justice system as well. Your constitutional rights. No. All right, they're there, technically, but they find ways around it. This is how it works. The system becomes exploited by the very people, by new people, essentially. The people whose virtue and strength and sacrifice built the system are betrayed by that system so that that system can bring in new people. And what they do is they invert the values, they subvert the values. And it makes sense because the process of building a system is very, very difficult. It requires a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of trial and error. The reward of subverting that and going around that are great. Until a civilization builds up an excess of food and resources and money, there's nothing to go after, right? We're in the building process. Once you start getting extra, that's when the problems kick in. Look at the other countries. Look at how they betray their local citizens. Understand it. Now, I really don't think there's any dispute in what I'm saying. I don't think anybody could disagree with me on any of this and have solid ground to stand on. But here's the thing. Even with all this being true, can you still have a good life? And the answer is yes, you can. That's the key. You need to start thinking for yourself. You need to start evaluating things for yourself. You need to start taking care of yourself. You need to start listening to yourself. You need to be true to yourself. Most people don't even care about the quality of their own work. What they care about is whether or not other people approve of the quality of their own work. I want you to care about the quality of your own work. I want you to care about your own life. This is going to be in conflict with the world around you. You can't even argue with people about this stuff. Don't do it. Don't bother. Unless you want to pay the price. Understand the situation that's actually going on around you. Now, I know that if things are going good for you right now, what's the problem? Why are you going to care? Because things are not always going to remain good for you. There's a system in place here that is taking you for granted, is taking your virtues and your values for granted. And I'm not just throwing those words out there. They mean something. Not only do you need to build your virtue and your values and your boundaries, but you need to guard them and protect them. This is going to be hard. Like if you're at a party, it's really hard not to be part of the party. If you're at a parade, it's really hard not to march, with the parade. But don't forget yourself. That's what the system wants you to do. It wants you to forget. Don't forget. Be true to yourself. Find yourself again and be true to yourself. Listen, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of tools. Hopefully I can improve. Hopefully I can be here more often. I'll talk about more of that in the future. In the meantime, I need your help. We have to help each other. We have to recognize who to help, when to help. I'm going to include a PayPal donation link in the description below. Anything will help. Anything you can do to help out Howard Dare at this time would be extremely helpful. We can make a difference in the lives of the men around us. We can improve their situation. We can help them avoid dangerous situations. Let's do it. We got this. You've got this. So if you're in a position to help out Howard Dare now, go ahead and click on that PayPal donation link below and do what you can. If you're not in a position to help out Howard Dare right now, listen to my content. Listen to my ideas. Think about them. Try to put them into practice. Help yourself out. That's all I'm looking for. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. Please donate. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I hope to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW.